What's good, my internet people? I hope you're all staying safe out there in this wild time. You know, shit's wild on these streets. The Rona has taken over like The Walking Dead. Maybe not that far yet, but you know I gotta come in with a joke or something. Don't worry about it. Anywho, this is the Talking to Myself as I Draw podcast, episode 20, I believe. I'm gonna start numbering these episodes just to like give myself a pat on the back. But anyway, in the previous video, I spoke about how I make art every day with a full-time day job. I spoke about how you can consistently give your creative projects and side hustles at least 25 or more hours a week sustainably, meaning without burning yourself out and being able to maintain this as a consistent lifestyle. For more on that, you can go check out that video. I'll link it here or in the description. In today's video or podcast, if you're just listening, but if you're watching, we're diving into the specifics of my creative schedule that I've created for myself. Before we do that, let me just say shout out to all my patrons on Patreon. I'm gonna just start showing love to the people that show me love on a regular, so just wanted to let them know I appreciate them. If you want to support me on Patreon for as low as $1 a month, your name will be printed in the exclusive shout out section of my next art book, and you will receive a personal shout out in the credits of each video. Why can't I talk today? Anyway, I also post previews of the art book on there as well, which I need to do more of, but to do that I need to like start playing with my book template, but as soon as I do, I'll put it up on there. Yeah, that kind of stuff I may or may not put on Instagram just because it's not like, you know, clean final works. It's just like, hey guys, remember I'm working on this book. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, support your boy out here. It's $1. I know y'all got $1. It will help me continue to make videos and crazy art projects. But yeah, now let's get into my creative schedule in this video while we watch a sped up clip from a recent Twitch live stream. Yeah, let's get into it. Okay, if you've been following me for a while, you've probably seen that I work on so many things, and you're like, how and why? Maybe you might be asking why and how, or what's he doing? Why is he always doing so many things? And really, my creative ADHD is just so crazy, and it's likely due to my time being so limited because I have a day job, as I mentioned before. You know, my mind is always flowing with new ideas for projects, paintings, illustrations, sculptures, and comics. And if you guys had a glimpse of the Notes app on my phone, you would think I was a crazy person. Or a child, or both. But either way, because of that, I needed to set up a daily schedule for myself so that I wouldn't waste time during my creative sessions debating what to work on. And in the last video, we talked about dedicating at least 2 hours a day to creative productivity with no interruptions. And a major interruption to your creative productivity could be just sitting in your space debating what the hell to work on. And I have definitely suffered from this, where I'm just like, do I work on that painting that's been dragging, or do I work on this other idea that I have before I lose passion for it, or do I practice or, you know, work on a skill set I'm trying to enhance? And it could be draining, it could be time wasting, and then you might end up going, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna watch TV. But yeah, by having a schedule, I know exactly what to work on for that day. So let's just see what my days look like. And keep in mind, this schedule is like constantly being refined depending on my life. But for the most part, this is what it has been for the past few months. I've made edits, you know, where I've seen necessary, because everything is a work in progress, even my creative schedule. But the way it's been right now, as I'm about to present to you guys, is kind of how it's been, like I said, for at least a month or two. So let's take a look here. Basically, Monday is my comic book day, and anything related to the production and creation of my comic book, Onion City Chronicle, is done on this day. Like, there was a period where I'm like, my comic book, the to-do list is just so long. You know, I need to just work on it for a month, and then you do that, and you might have a little 5-page release or something, and then you're like back to working on something else, and you might leave it for months. And that's kind of how my comic book has been for like 2 years. And really, it's because, you know, I would get in those, you know, comic book moments where I'd work on it for a month, leave it alone, come back, and then I'm like, nope, need to scrap it, start over. And yeah, like it was just very scattered, very unorganized. And this year it's like high on my to-do list. And because it has its own to-do list, I need to build in time to work on it at least once a week. And that's what Mondays are for. So Mondays, for at least 2 hours on Monday, I'm working on something related to my comic book to-do list. And maybe in another video, I'll share what that to-do list entails. Right now, currently, I'm trying to wrap up the thumbnails for like my storyboards for, I guess, panels of each page. We're like 50 or so pages deep, and I feel like there's still maybe 60 pages, or no, sorry, there's still like 10 or 15 pages to make it 60 or 65. And then after that, we'll move on to the next thing on the to-do list, which I don't remember right now, but we'll be one step closer to literally producing pages and getting it done to get it presented or to get it uploaded on webcomics or webtoons and then eventually printed. But I'll save that for a different video. Anyway, that's Monday. Monday, comic book day. Walk into Monday at 5 a.m. and I'm just like, what am I doing? Oh, the comic book. Boom. Tuesday. Tuesday is my monthly main project day. And I said it this way because I'm like, I always have these grand projects or paintings in mind, and they need time and they need dedication, and I need to like lay them out month to month sometimes. So for example, my February project has been this why am I blanking right now about the name of the painting that I'm staring at as I record this? My painting, which will be titled Bad Dreams Every Night. I've been working on that every week, at least twice a week, or at least once a week. That was my February project. It has dragged into March, but that's cool because it was meant to be. In January, I did 2 projects because they were both not too big. I painted a sculpture and I painted some sneakers. So those did not take very long to do. So I was able to squeeze in 2 projects. Anywho, that's what the main project is. It could be like a painting that you're adding to your portfolio, or a series that you're working on, you know, a major illustration, something of that importance or weight to you, I guess, or at least that's what it is to me. I always say my sketches are like, you know, leaked songs. My, you know, illustrations or fan art pieces are like my, you know, it's like a rap feature. My personal illustrations might be like my singles, and my self-portraits are like my timestamp songs, like Drake's 5 a.m. in Toronto's or 4 p.m. in Calabasas. That's what my self-portraits represent. And then my major, you know, paintings and illustrations, those are like my album cuts. But with that said, they have their own designated day. Moving on, Wednesday is my sketchbook study / fan art day / just for fun sketching. And that's really just to like, you know, it's like to keep exercising a skill set, which is sketching. And sketching led into everything that I do. It led into painting, it led into illustrating, it led into even sculpting. So to keep that muscle, you know, in tune, I sketch on a regular. And really, I mean, Wednesday is like, the just for fun art day, and it's also my like Twitch live stream day, so I'm hitting two birds with one stone on that day. And also on the days where I'm not sketching, I might still be working on a sketch, because like we said in the last video, the 2 hours a day for your creative stuff could be happening at 5 a.m. and then if you get home from work and you still feel good, you might do some more. And in my case, doing some more might mean picking up the iPad and just doodling while I'm laying down or chilling on the couch or the sketchbook. Yeah, that's Wednesday. It's good to have a sketch for fun day. I used to only be out here like sketching to create a final product, and sometimes you need to just like let loose. So that's what my Wednesdays are for. Moving on. Friday is the oh sorry, we skipped 2 days. We're still on Thursday. Thursday is business/newsletter day, and as you all know, at least if you're subscribed to the newsletter, I put out a newsletter every week now. Comes out Friday afternoon, and it's usually worked on Thursday morning. And if I have extra time after finishing it, I'm working on either my website or putting out a new product in my store or something business related on Thursdays, or at least I shoot for it. And then Friday, we're back to the monthly main project or the side project if it's a month with 2 projects. My current month only has 1 project, which is the, painting bad dreams every night that I've been working on. And I mean, you could say my other sketch or illustrations are projects, but I don't consider them, the main project, even though I'm working on them consistently. Anywho, moving on. Saturday is video editing day. That's when I edit videos for the YouTube channel. And then Sunday is a catch-up/business day. And honestly, the catch-up day has been great because I didn't have a catch-up day built in initially, and it was kind of making things stressful, which isn't the point of this schedule. But by making it a catch-up day, I'm able to do things like if Saturday I was too lazy to video edit, I could do it Sunday and put out the video same day. And then if I have more time, I can work on business-related stuff later in the day or, whenever. But that's pretty much the gist of my weekly or really daily schedule. And now some of you might be looking at this like, dude, this looks crazy. And that's okay. Some of you might be looking at this like, wow, this is how I can consistently work on everything I want to do, move the needle forward on all of my projects, and stay passionate about all of my projects. And if you feel that way, this method is for you. The last part, though, is super important to me because I used to not have a daily schedule, and at times I would hit a point of boredom and lack of passion for the project I was working on. But under this new method of using a daily schedule and getting up at 5 a.m., I'm never tired of any of my projects. In fact, I'm excited each day to work on whatever project is assigned to that day. It may take me longer to finish things, but under this method, I'm able to explore everything I want to do, and at the end of the day, I'm creating all the work I want to create. And this schedule, accompanied with my 5 a.m. wake up, to put in 2 hours of uninterrupted work, has kind of been working great for me. And, if you're an artist like me who has trouble calming the storm of ideas that's constantly flowing in your mind, a schedule like this will probably be a big help. With that said, this schedule, along with my increase in productive weekly hours, have definitely helped me be more prolific this year. And at the end of the day, that's what I want for myself more than anything. By producing more art, I'm able to actively improve my skill set for the next piece. And by producing more art, I'm creating more content for my social media pages, my YouTube channel, and my next art book. You know, more work means more products means more lessons to help improve future works for future products. It's all, one productive cycle to me at the end of the day. And I'm striving for greatness out here, and you should too, internet friends who are listening or watching. I'll leave you all with that today. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did or didn't, drop a comment, a like, or a dislike. Till next time, kids. Peace. But before you go, I wanted to mention some other very big news. If you haven't heard already, your boy just put out his first of many art books. Muddy Sketches Volume 1 is here, and it is basically a book. Well, it's a book. It's a collection of original sketches, ink drawings, and color illustrations created by yours truly during 2019. And for the new decade, I wanted to start an annual tradition of collecting all of my sketch ideas and concepts, illustrations or ink drawings, and whether they're finished, unfinished, and I want to compile them into a book. This book specifically gives you exclusive access to my creative ideas, sometimes in their rawest form. You'll be able to experience the raw and original concepts and studies that later evolve into large-scale paintings. And for just $9.99, you can become a collector of my creative work and support me on my creative journey. I know you want this book on your coffee table, so we ain't even going to mention the Kindle edition. Well, we just did. The Kindle edition is for sale as well, the digital version for $3.99, I believe. But get you a physical copy, bruh. Buy Volume 1 now, and we'll check back in 2029 to see who has all 10 books. Yeah, Muddy Sketches Volume 1, available on Amazon right now. Go get you one. Peace. If you made it this far through the episode, then that just means you love hearing scatterbrained streams of conscious delivered by a monotone voice. And that's truly awesome. You are truly awesome.